Hey everyone, this is a video about Malphite, and I just wanted to make this video because Malphite to me is a pretty rough matchup, and yeah, it's just kind of difficult to sometimes do something about it. You know, you can't really kill Malphite in the lane either, so what can you do? And that's something that's a little bit more easier said than done. And as a Trundle OTP, I'm going to share my thoughts and my secrets on how to beat Malphite. And yeah, this is a pretty regular game here. And we can see that the Malphite has Comet here. So he's going for the Qmax build. I'm probably gonna poke us a lot in lane. So that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. But there's something that you can do against that, and it's what I'm already doing here. I have fleet footwork, and then I have second wind in my runes. So the poke's not gonna affect me that much. And yeah, we tried to go for a little invade here, level 1, because Silas is not that strong level 1 to be honest. So if we did catch him there, doing blue, we could have maybe killed him. But yeah, he started at red, so you know, we just go back to lane. I test out the waters here a little bit, you know, see how he reacts, and yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. One thing, and yeah, we even get his flash there. So I was about to say that, yeah, one thing that's true about a lot of Malphite players is that, yeah, when someone picks Malphite, there's a pretty good chance, especially in lower elos, that they don't actually play Malphite, but you know, they just picked it for the counter pick. Or, you know, maybe they just don't like maybe they just don't like laning against the champion, so you know, they're just like, yeah, let's pick Malphite. So yeah, I was able to get his flash there, and the wave was in a pretty good spot for me, so this allowed me to push in and invade the Silas, and the ward that I placed earlier allowed me to see that he was there basically. And I kill him here pretty easily. He even flashes, but I just flash after. And it's like really small things too that matter. For example, when Silas cleared the ward there, I waited in the bush for a couple more seconds. You know, I obviously couldn't see the Silas, but I wanted to wait a little bit before going in. So, you know, the Silas would use his cooldowns, and then, you know, he would have nothing and I could kill him a little bit easier maybe. Yeah. And at this point, it's a pretty even game here. We're just chilling out, and we can see that another sign that the Malphite might not be that experienced is that his usage of mana is really inefficient here. He's already out of mana and he's trying to push in the wave, so it's gonna be a little bit problematic for him. He does get the level up, and I think eventually here he does get the wave pushed in, but you know, that's something to keep in mind. Another kind of tip against Malphite is that if you do happen to get a lead, let's say in a river fight or somewhere, or you know, maybe you just killed that jungler like I did, then... Oh yeah, he actually dies here. Yeah. No mana. But yeah, I was about to say that, yeah, if you do get some kind of an advantage from killing Malphite, or you know, any kind of an advantage against him, then you can buy a Tiamat and just shove him in. Because when you're shoving in the Malphite like 24/7, when you're pushing waves really hard into his turret, it allows you to move more freely into the river, and it also forces the Malphite to use his abilities on clearing the waves, you know, so that he can see us properly. Malphite can't really see us properly on the tower unless he uses his abilities. And you know, that way, you know, you are securing priority for you jungler, but also what you're doing is that you're making Malphite waste mana basically. And here, I know that the wave is pushing to me. I should probably still be topside, but I thought that I would maybe try to gank mid lane since I saw this Tristan so low HP. And that was kind of a lucky moment. Ziggs barely landed his skill shot, and then I was able to combo with my ultimate while it was still in range. So I ended up killing the Tristana. But then I did a pretty big mistake here, so I was just going back to lane and I kind of forgot about the Malphite. So yeah, he just killed me. The Malphite also at this point, he bought an Oblivion Orb. And yeah, he was actually playing AP Malphite too, which is a little bit different from tank Malphite, but I feel like if I'm playing Trundle against Malphite, playing against AP and tank, it kind of goes the same way, you know, it doesn't really matter if they're going AP or tank, the matchup kind of still plays the same way. And I feel like in his case, Oblivion Orb is kind of a waste of money, especially in this game, because I'm really the only one who's healing in my team. There's no one else really in my team who has any healing. I'm the only one, and he bought Oblivion Orb just because of me. Now, yes, you know, items that reduce healing, like Executioners, Oblivion Orb, they're good against Trundle, but Malphite isn't a very good user of Oblivion Orb, because him buying that item basically means that he's going to reduce my healing only when he hits me. But the only times when he's hitting me is when he's poking with Q in lane. And, you know, it doesn't really reduce my actual sustain. Yeah. And there we basically just got a double kill by looking at the map and just having good map awareness. And this Ziggs is kind of smart here. He's actually walking over to top lane to cover the tower for me because I roamed. And we just kind of continue. We take some plates in the mid lane. We go back. The Tristana can't really kill us here. And the situation right now is that the bot lane is actually winning. They have a 2-0 Karma and 1-0 Jhin. But, you know, the situation is not completely out of control. And here I just pinged Ziggs. I threw an assist ping because I kind of want to recall at this point. I have almost 2,000 gold. And I need to go back to top lane to match Malphite.
Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Now, my team is kind of dying. My bot lane is not looking too hot right now. They're kind of losing. And the situation's looking a little bit... yeah. a little bit even. It could go either way. And then again, yeah, when I was walking back to lane, I caution pinged the Ziggs because I knew that Malphite's probably gonna go to mid lane and try to gank him. So I pinged him that and he got away. He had to use flash. It's kind of difficult, like if you're against a Malphite, you need to ping your teammates really bad. Like I pinged the Ziggs there because I pretty much knew that, yeah, Malphite's probably coming. But even still, even though I pinged him, Malphite basically still, you know, got Ziggs to use his flash. Because it's just such a huge range. Malphite's ult and all that. It has to be really respected in order to be avoided. And here's a little bit of another river fight here. The Tristan jumps in pretty carelessly. They underestimate my sustain with my ultimate, and Silas just dies. Silas has been having a pretty rough game this entire time too. Starting from the moment when I invaded him at his blue. So, you know, small things like that, you know, invading the enemy jungler, it really does matter. And yeah. There, I tried to TP to save the jigs. I don't know if that was necessary or not. It probably wasn't. And it got interrupted by Tristan's ultimate anyways, so it didn't go through. But yeah. As I was saying, you should never really underestimate the power of invading. And, you know, if you can kill the enemy jungler level 1, or, you know, level 2, level 3 with a wave crash into an invade, then you have already secured yourself like way higher chances of winning than if you didn't do any of that. And here's a nice little gank too, getting the Jhin with the pillar after doing dragon. And at this point we're basically turning the, you know, the game. It's turning. The tables are turning. Slowly but surely. The only thing I have to be cautious of here is to not die. Or do any stupid or impulsive decisions. If I did, it would be kind of dangerous if I gave my bounty to the Jhin or to the Tristana. But to be fair, at this point, if you look at their situation on the scoreboard, then yeah, they're not looking too hot, and I don't really see how they could come back to the game. The only way how they could would be if they killed me, but as long as I play safe and slow, I can still, you know, it's okay, like that way. There's nothing to really worry about. And here, I don't know why, but the Silas decides to fight me. Yeah, and he basically dies. It could be a tilt. I don't think he would do that if he wasn't tilted. So yeah, we can really see the impact of, you know, the early invade here. He's died 6 times already and he hasn't really done anything the entire game. At least anything beneficial for his team. And yeah, here I'm just backing away. I see the Karma approaching. I don't really want to go too deep. You know, even if I killed Silas there, it doesn't mean that I should continue going forward. I should still be mindful of their other teammates. It's still like a really big threat to me if Tristana, Jhin and Karma both, like if all of them came for me. And you know, if Karma rooted me and Tristana and Jhin would DPS me down, I would probably die. I've been in many games like this where, you know, my team has almost won, but then they've lost because of some stupid throw or a play that, you know, was just purely fueled by ego. And we see that Malphite's in mid lane here, so we just go top. And if we look at the minimap, they're really gravitating towards me. I know I have a big bounty on me right now, so I don't really want to stay or, you know, go past the river here. I wanted to stay here to see if anyone of them would come around here and maybe see us this wave, so I could maybe blow some ults or summon spells or maybe kill, but turns out that no one came, and I don't know if I may have died there if I stayed. I didn't know if Karma was still around. But yeah, at this point the game is pretty much over. And yeah, I'm just kind of backing away here. I never really want to extend myself, and yeah. But at this point, it's honorable to mention that, yeah, my team is basically doing my work for me at this point. And yeah, as you can see, even though their bot lane was winning at the beginning of the game, they've both died now. Karma no longer has a bounty and Jhin has died 4 times. So they've basically given up control of the game. The only thing left to do here really is to get the towers and, you know, just push in waves and group with my team if I need to. It's important to understand that you don't always need to kill your lane opponent to win, like in this case. When I was laning against Malphite, I was going in with the mindset that, you know, I'm probably not gonna kill him once. And that should be your mindset too. So yeah, when you're laning against Malphite, just go in with the mindset that you're probably not gonna kill them. It's important to try to not tunnel vision on the enemy. You should be looking for leads somewhere else on the map if possible. As a top laner, you have a lot of tools at your disposal, like ganking mid lane, helping your jungler. You know, if your jungler's getting invaded, or then you can also just invade the enemy jungler. There's a lot of options like that. And here we just do Baron, because we have a pretty big lead here. This TP is pretty much unnecessary, and I should have just recalled after we did Baron, but I wanted to troll the Silas a little bit more here too. As you can see, I don't know if you saw that or not, but he basically bought Bramble. Yeah, which is pretty funny. Silas is a champion that heals a lot, and then he just bought a Bramble. I think just for me. And yeah, he's basically trolling at this point, or then he's just really low morale and doesn't really want to play this game anymore. This much. The chances of the enemy coming back right now are really low, but you know, you never know with these types of games, especially because this is played in Emerald 4 to be exact. You never know with these kind of games. They can turn around really quickly. I've had games where, you know, it's been an obvious win, but then we were just lost because my team fed. Another pretty unnecessary play there. I wouldn't have needed to use my flash at all there, but I just did it for the swag. So, yeah. And then we just kill the Jhin, and we take the tower. And now we're just basically finishing up the game. And I want to emphasize that even if the Malphite played tank Malphite, I'm pretty sure that the outcome of this game would have been the exact same as it is right now. For a couple of reasons. Even if Malphite was playing tank Malphite, I would have still gotten my invade through. I would have still invaded Sylas, and Sylas would have still died. And if Malphite was playing tank, he would never be able to kill my teammates like he is right now when he's playing AP. So I think it's really a plus minus. It's insignificant, the difference, whether he would have gone AP or tank this game, in my opinion. It doesn't really matter what items we buy here either. Once we've accumulated this big of a lead, you know, buying items, you can kind of buy whatever you want. As long as you don't play AP Trundle, you should be fine. And yeah, right now we basically cannot take their last tower, so I was just looking for jungle camps to take. And we meet Sylas here. This is a pretty risky fight for me to take, but it turns out that Sylas was there alone, so I won. Karma was around the corner, so yes, I agree that that was a little bit of a coin flip, but yeah, it worked out in the end. We sniped out Karma with a good pillar there. She couldn't move anywhere. And now we basically just end the game. Trundle's a really good champion for taking towers, but I especially love placing pillars between a Nexus and turrets, or around the Nexus in general. It surprises a lot of people, and you can do some crazy plays like that with it. But yeah, that was my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. And I hope that the video helped you a little bit with dealing with matchups like Malphite or tanks where you can't really kill them. Yeah. See ya.